day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. My name is Joyce Chicks. You're still on to the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV, and today we're discussing something really exciting. And now, the National Youth Service Corps is a scheme that was created by the Nigerian government to involve Nigerian graduates in nation building and developing of the country. Now, since 1973, Nigerian graduates have been required to take part in this one-year youth service program with, of course, a stipend provided by the Nigerian government. Now, the objectives of the National Youth Service Corps are actually quite big, from developing discipline to building morals to creating stronger ties between young Nigerians and removing religious and ethnic intolerance. However, questions have been raised over time about the validity of this scheme, especially in this day and time. This morning, I and the ladies are going to be having the conversation about the National Youth Service Corps in Nigeria. Hello, darlings. How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
I think it's only fair for us to start off with saying congratulations to the 2018 batch B that will be passing out tomorrow. Yay! I hope you guys are excited. After 1 year of doing this, you must be really excited. Let me just say that you will miss that 19.8. Although, you know, the government says it will be 30,000 naira by next year. So but whenever that comes into fruition, just know that I'm beefing you. I got 19.8. Everybody should get 19.8.
Basically.
But I think we should jump right into the conversation. I'll start off with asking, I think, the basic question everyone thinks about. Or do you guys think NYSC should still be happening right now?
Yes.
I need more than yes.
Yes. Of course, there's going to be a because coming beside yes. So yes, because it's a scheme that a lot of people feel that there's so much that can be done with this scheme, but it's other school of thought to say NYSC postpones employment by 1 year.
Beloved, I want your school of thought. Leave any other school of thought. I want to hear from you.
My school of thought is NYSC 1 year scheme. It's a very productive 1 year because you meet people, you integrate with other ethnicity from different parts of the world. You know, you learn from many people from different places in Nigeria, and that is why they post people from west to the north. You can see how the north, they live their life, you know, and they post people from the north to the west. Although these days, lots of northerners, they don't like integrating into other parts. A few of them do, but not a lot of them. But the scheme has really helped. It has helped, you know, my
connection, relationship, and all the rest. Just have people go to different places so they can create relationship. I wouldn't say that that's actually been effective with the whole insecurity we've been having in the country. I think that maybe in years past it was a bit effective because when you travel to a northern state, now people are more scared to go to northern states, or people now want to connect it so they can get a better state where they get better opportunities. So because people now find a way to cut corners. Like people who say, I don't want to go to that state because it won't favor me. Now, but the real original idea of NYSC scheme is to create a relationship where everybody around the country, we can have ethnic integration amongst ourselves. But I would say that has necessarily been effective, but it's a very good idea. Although people may want to say, you know, it causes delay. What am I doing for that 19 years, especially for that 1 year, especially since some of them are being posted to schools, and maybe you're not really giving your area of concentration per se. So people are a bit skeptical to go on NYSC, but they still have to go because it's part of the plan.
Sadly. Personally, I feel like it's outlived its relevance a lot. I'm going to give you an example of my, my own NYSC experience. I did not 100% hate it, but did not 100% love it either. But first of all, I was sent all the way down to Katsina State. Now, when I got there, it was eye-opening. I saw some things that I didn't expect to see, so I think I'm grateful for that experience to get in there and seeing those things. But let's move now to the camp experience. We believe that it's supposed to be some sort of integration process, but in the camp, there's zero integration. When you get there, you're going to hang out with your ethnic group. When you get there, a lot of people speak their local languages. The Hausas are speaking Hausa, the Yorubas are speaking Yoruba, the Igbos are speaking Igbo. So when you get there, you're only really going to be listened to by your own ethnic group. When I was there, I rode with Urobo people, and this was because I had 3 Urobo roommates, and I always walked with them. So all the other Urobos thought that I was an Urobo person. So whenever I was there, I just always reply, because that was just where I found myself. So I was Urobo when I was there in NYSC camp. But I noticed that every other person was in the clique with their ethnic group. So I feel like that just destroyed the entire idea of the integration, because we're standing there under the sun and through the rain, and you're speaking Hausa, and you know that I don't understand it, but you're having conversations. Sometimes they would even point to you, say something and laugh and speak their dialect, and you're just looking at it, and then you have to look. You have to look to your own guys that are speaking your language, because the guys that are speaking the other language do not want to involve you. So I feel like it just, in this day and time, the reason for why it was created, it needs to be refurbished. They need to go back to the drawing board. They need to go back and bring new ideas. The world has evolved. Nigeria has evolved. Things have changed. First of all, a lot of people do not want to go to a place that they don't like by force. For example, even the Katsina state that I found myself was not in the states that I put. So why was I given the option of selecting 4 states, and then you still put the states that wasn't there? A lot of us that found ourselves there weren't there. And then another issue I have with it is the military training that we get. Why?
I don't know why that happened, but I think they wanted us to have a feel of, like you said, not so okay. I didn't do military training. I was in camp.
We all did. They're waking you up by 5:30 a.m. in the cold. Have you been in Katsina cold? I did not do because I was really around it. I also did. But that's not the point. But at least the first few days, you'd experience it. You could be walking, and then the soldier will tell you to run, or to do frog jump, or to roll on the floor, or to sit on the ground. I didn't really get what it was. The purpose.
The military thing came up when Gowon was still in power, and that was when the military was still ruling the country, and that was when NYSC scheme was introduced. So any scheme that was introduced that period always had a touch of the military.
But now that this is 2019, why am I still being attacked by a soldier in camp?
I think they've not really sat down to do lots of reviews of this time, so that this time, this present day government, we can have a touch of democracy. We're not in the military regime anymore. And you see soldiers, they begin to take advantage of, the fact that they have young corps members, in the camp. You hear cases of boys being brutalized, And myself, when we went to camp, we heard in Kano that a soldier and a corporal, they got into it. Yes, they got into it. And lots of corporals, they really teamed up, and it was very chaotic.
Just imagine
it was very chaotic. And so, soldiers, they're already used to that. We are the rulers, we are the king, and all of that, and they're in charge. And so when they're seeing people that they could literally boss around and say you must wake up in the morning, and then if you're not in their favors, they mark you and all of that.
And then there is no provision made. One time when I was in camp, right, Kazwari, right, he came to camp that day. That was the day that we knew that we were entitled to chicken. In that food that they cook. I never ate there because the food never really looks good in my eye. It was a Sunday, and then all my roommates were like, we need to go and eat camp food.
Yes,
and I was like, is mommy not working again? They said, no, Kashwari is coming today. The food has changed. Baby girl, if you see the food that day,
and the chicken,
it was like it was Christmas. And then it's just really crazy because clearly this is the kind of food that was rationed out in the first place and people are siphoning it. Now let's not even talk about the lack of medical care in the clinics. The bulk of them all just have like paracetamol and vitamin C. If you're lucky, they add flagyl.
The provisions that were made.
Provisions were obviously made. So maybe if you fall really, really sick, like if the girl that had an asthmatic attack and there was no Ventolin in the clinic, she had to be rushed to the general hospital.
That's something very important.
Do you understand? So there are a lot of lives on the line. Every other day we open the news, we look at tabloids, we see youth core members that have been kidnapped, core members that have been involved in one accident or the other. You hear that somebody was in Copper's Lodge and robbers came and raped and killed inside the Copper's Lodge.
Recently in Agua. That happened.
So I'm saying, if you're going to force young people into this scheme, I'm not going to say scrap it. The reason why I wouldn't say scrap it is that we are at an economic situation right now in the country where we cannot afford to donate to the unemployment that we already have. We know a lot of people that are employed from the NYSC scheme. If you even remove the officials, if you take out the officials, we have the tailors that slim fit your clothes inside the Mami market. We have people that sell in the Mami market. We have normal traders that sell the white shorts and the white shoes. These are a lot of people that are making money from this scheme that are not even directly involved. Let's not talk about the people that are in charge of sewing the original khaki in the first place. The person that has the contract, the socks person, the shoe person. You know, there's a lot of people that are involved in this thing that if they think about scrapping it, it's going to just cause an economic problem in the country. But it has to be revisited. They have to go back to the drawing board. They have to say, what are we really doing? And even the ones that are sent to school, I do believe that if you did not study education, if you did not do teaching practice when you were in school, you shouldn't be teaching anybody's child.
I think the recent one they did was to review engineering students. And
Thank God for that.
Thank God for
I heard about that.
That's progress, and so we're looking forward to having much more people practice their profession in PPAs. Now, the excuse they give, yes, that's a major issue, because one of the things they're saying is that there are not lots of PPAs, or there are not lots of employers that are willing to take in core members.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie.
They're not willing to take in core members into their firm, and so it's something that I feel that if they really review it and put in incentives that could really make employers open their doors and bring in core members, you know, it's really gonna help. Because the truth is, a lot of people that are serving in schools are not really happy because they necessarily don't know, they don't even have time, you know, to really, you know, have to enjoy what the scheme is about. Basically, because they're in class from 8 to 4 or to 5, and sometimes the school pay them. In most public schools, they are not paid, except they rely on their 19/8.
A lot of employers don't pay. Whenever I come across an employer that's saying that, oh, I'm paying my core members stipends of this amount, my mind is blown, because I have met so many core members that do not get one kobo with a hole inside from the employers or their PPAs. All they have is their 19/8, and that is that for that.
And I also believe that if there was a way, you know, there's this, I meet some core members and they're like, when they're working, it's even the stipend sometimes is just basic, because sometimes you realize that they transport themselves to this place, so it's like it's almost that's all they get. So it's not like it's an extra cash. And another thing that also happens is that many times people focus on not paying attention. You're a core member now, government is paying.
Yes.
So you even get, when you finally get a private organization, it's like you're a core member, government is paying you, and there's no need for us to pay you. Just do your NYSC and, you know, get to the vote with. What the government, I feel the government should implement are situations where these people are actually involved with something they actually read in school. So because the idea of that 1-year scheme should give you the experience that when you come out, those kind of experience that when you come out, you actually have an experience on your job. So when you're asking, what did you do this year and this year, you have tangible, you know, things to say. Especially if you're not.
But the issue is that what if the tangible thing still does not fall in your area of specialization?
That's what I'm saying. The government will review where it falls. Everybody gets an opportunity. I know it's going to be quite difficult or cumbersome because you know,
it's going to be very cumbersome because you cannot force people to employ people. They already usually at the beginning, at the end of your working year, your fiscal year, companies set up their budget for the next year, and then by January, February, youth corps start coming with letters saying that, oh, we're posted to your plan. You're like, we do not have provisions for you in our budget, because generally there are some things that you're supposed to do for your core members, including providing accommodation and giving them stipends, and some people do not want to do that, especially in the tough economic situations that we have found ourselves. So I feel like so much should be done. They should find a way to make it better. I applaud the side thingy that they started doing, even though I actually didn't participate in it, because I didn't participate. But I do applaud it. It means that the government are realizing that things are changing. They're realizing that many people are moving towards entrepreneurship as opposed to having a 9-to-5, and they're trying to prepare them for the things that's hard. And if you can learn a skill, it's something that you can do.
And but I think also adding to what you're saying, that the government also tries to bring in professionals, project management professionals, HSC, and other like professional courses that are needed in this day employment scheme, where people can literally participate and learn. And for core members, they get incentives. So you're not literally paying the bulk of the money, but if you're a core member, you have some certain discount that you pay. And so they come to camp, introduce their packages to you and all of that, while you take advantage of it in camp.
Yeah, I don't think those things are that's HSC things. Oh my God. We've been speaking about to the government. I think right now we're going to wrap up. We're going to speak to the core members, right? First of all, one thing I feel like I wish I knew earlier before I went to camp is to make sure that you research where you're going to. Now, I understand where you're coming from. Usually you have a few days to get ready. As soon as you are posted, I think it's 2 days later you have to be in camp for 3 days. I know it's not really a long time, but I feel like it's 2 days. I feel like she should really be ready and prepared for where you're going to. I know how many guys that were sanctioned in my camp for alcohol, because we're in a state where you couldn't publicly drink alcohol, and they were trying to drink alcohol publicly, and it got them in a lot of problems. So I think that you should at least do a little research and understand the place that you're going to. If you know that it's a Sharia state, you should know that you should probably not be cohabiting with another core member that's of the opposite sex. So you could just prevent some things happening to you. And please, why do you guys need to copulate in camp?
Speaking about that, in my camp, because I camped at Obuba in Cross River State, we had situations where they come tell us as reporters that people get to use nylon as condoms, so that they could release the things in their bodies, and they could feel happy.
See, 2 couples were sent home in my year. 2 couples.
Married people, actually, married women got involved with core members, and they were sent home to they called her husband to come pick her home. It was that disastrous. So while adding to what Joy said, while you're going to camp,
it's just 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks research. You can hold your body. Abstinence is the key.
It's just 3 weeks.
You won't die.
7 days, 3 times, 21 days, less than a month.
It doesn't
I would also
kill.
like to say, aside from that, take advantage of your service here and get opportunities. You can while you're being in your PPA, try and get other opportunities. Stuff that are related to what you're studying. If you see that you've been posted somewhere where it doesn't necessarily bring in what the kind of experience you want, find a way. Maybe do weekend courses, let me get this, part-time job for a weekend job that gives me the experience I need, so you can add it to your CV when you're done. And
while I'm not entirely sure if this is completely ethical rounding up right now, but if you find yourself that you're rejected from your place of primary assignment, I feel like the next place you should approach, you could try to look for a place that services your interests. There were a few core members at the place where I served, and they had been rejected from their own PPAs, but there were people that were interested in broadcasting, so they took it as an opportunity and went to broadcast houses and started applying for positions there, and they were accepted. Some of them were accepted, some of them were not accepted. But I feel like you could just, look for the silver lining in that problem and try to look for a place where, it's in the area. And then you could just start researching online while you're in camp. I see a lot of ads that say we are specifically looking for core members, especially in Lagos. And you see that we're paying you 40 grand, we're paying you 50 grand. If you have skills in graphic design, if you have skills in this, if you have skills in that.
So look out for opportunities.
Do you understand? While you're getting ready for your service here, you can prepare yourself for these opportunities to make sure that you can grab them with 2 hands. And please don't copulate inside the camp.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And on that, we're going to call it a day on the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Congratulations to the